Hey guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. Today I want to talk to you about one of the Continental bosses for the Ardreth event, and that is Talwer. So Talwer is a poison tank, and we are going to use lightning teams against him, whether that be Lightning Bolt or Dauntless. In my case today I'm going to show a Dauntless team. But before I get into that, I do just want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Dragonheir Silent Gods. So if you aren't already playing Dragonheir, do hit that link in the description and the pinned comment and get involved today. So, if we jump over to the boss here, obviously, as I say, we are going to be using one of the new, fighting one of the new bosses with a lightning team. I'm going to be using lightning, which is paired with poison. I'm going to be using Dauntless, which is paired with poison in this season. So, not like the teams we were making last season with lightning and radiance. So, as you can see here, I'm using Furbath as my tank. I actually do need to change his artifact quickly, sorry. There we go. So yeah, as I say, Furbath is my tank. He is built with a good amount of resistance and a good amount of accuracy. This is to obviously deal with the boss's mechanics. It places lots of very annoying debuffs, and you do want a decreased attack as well. Outside of that, we've got a good amount of HP and a relatively good amount of defense. I would love a lot more than that. But yeah, that is fairly simple on the build of Furbath. He's using the Ancestor's Candle artifact. That's just to give him the resistance he needs, but at the same time, he's recharging his battle skill more frequently, which is his healing nexus. So it's just going to increase the healing output that he's putting for himself. In terms of my healer, I'm using Hexandra. So Hexandra is built with some defensive stats, a good amount of enlightenment for her battle skill, and also she's wearing the Ancestral Protection set for ally protection, just to reduce the damage everyone else is taking slightly. I have got her in the Gatekeeper's staff. It is somewhat for the skill haste, but also for any overhealing that is done. That shield could be very helpful. Next up, we will look at Iola. So Iola is built in the Cyril set. This is to give me increased attack every time she places a debuff. So she is going to be placing attack penalty with her ultimate skill. She's built with a good amount of accuracy as well. She's not built for damage at all in this build. So just some defensive stats, enough accuracy. And she's using the Witch's Remains artifact to place my defense penalty for my team. Next up, we'll look at Tharavol. So Tharavol is in the Inventor set. He's built for maximum crit rate, some crit damage, and attack. Outside of that, he's using the Wine of Dragonblood artifact for the attack speed, and also, I could drop his crit rate a little bit further because of this. In fact, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to jump out and see what I can do to change his gear up here. There we go. So it's as simple as that. I was able to change his gloves to get him into crit damage gloves while also keeping above 80% crit rate. Obviously, I'm gaining an extra 20% from his Wine of Dragonblood artifact. So that's no longer wasted stats. And lastly, I've got Avelios. So Avelios is built in the Abyssal Shadow set. So that's going to increase his damage dealt, his derivative damage dealt, as it's going to ignore 20% of the enemy's defense. He's built all out with attack and enlightenment, and he's using the Harpy's Nail artifact. This means that his passive skill gets 20% extra damage, which if we look here, whenever an ally launches a basic attack, he has a 10% chance of launching a derivative lightning damage attack. So this is kind of the bread and butter of his damage. It all comes from this skill. The more Dauntless you can pair him with, the more damage you are going to do. But in this situation, obviously, he is only paired with one. In terms of aura, I don't need the Enlightenment aura, so I'm using the attack aura from my Iola. So I'm going to jump in, let that run play out, and I will be back at the end of the run.
My arrows strike true.
Worry not, I am here. Heed the truth.
Wind and trees. Let's just learn this. Release my anger. Take this.
Worry not, I am here.
My arrows strike true.
Heed the truth.
Wind and trees. Unleash. Let's just learn this. Anger. Take this.
And there we go. Obviously, the run is coming to an end now. As you can see, it did, was it 37 million? No, so 36.7 million damage overall. Obviously, in terms of the damage, you'd normally expect to see Avelios kind of carrying But because there's only one other Dauntless, my Tharivel did just a tiny bit more damage than him. Obviously, the more Dauntless you've got, the more triggers you're getting from his Avelios' passive skill. So yeah, all in all, obviously it's a comfortable amount over the minimum requirement. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. If you are enjoying the content I'm putting out, please do remember to like and subscribe. So thank you very much. And obviously, as I mentioned, if you are interested in getting involved in Dragonheir, do click that link in the description and we'll see you in the next video.